Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's up? So last night sucked. I will just say that.
And last night was the NCAA basketball championship.
Correct.
And it sucked for you in what ways?
I mean, do I have to like?
Yeah, man. The listening audience is curious on why it was
bad
unpleasant
things happening. Bad thing happened in 3, right?
Okay.
That's
White Lotus reference.
That is a White Lotus reference.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Well, first off, that school in Gainesville won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
After being down 12 points to Houston, so that was awesome. Let's see what else happened, Jack. Oh, my player pool that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Team Groyd.
Yeah.
Shout out Brian Floyd.
Everyone's favorite team.
Fuck off. I know you're just making fun of me. That's fine. Team Groyd down 7 points going into the championship game with just Will Richard available against Walter Clayton on one side and 3 other Gators on another side. Actually had a lead at halftime when Walter Clayton went for 0 points.
Yeah.
And Will Richard had 14.
Yeah.
What do you think ended up happening, Jack?
Well, it flipped.
Jack, we tied for second place.
Yeah. Do you get money at second place?
We lost. Yeah, Jack, I get $25 fucking dollars. Do you know what we lost out on? $900.
Well, it's not great.
No, Jack, it's okay. We lost by a grand total in a 3-week tournament of 5 fucking points.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not ecstatic about what happened last night. No, it was awful. It was an awful.
At least Lockie
situation.
survived.
What?
At least Lockie survived.
No, listen again. Whatever. It's great. I wake up to texts in the morning of people being like, my sister being like, "We won! What a game!"
All these fake Gator fans coming out of the woodwork.
No, I mean, you know who's a fake Gator fan? Well, I'm not. My cousin's son is at Florida. I mean, I don't think he's really cared about sports. And now all of a sudden he's like, going to the O'Connell Center to watch games.
This could be a key moment in his life where he's perhaps a sports fan forever now.
No, it is what it is, man. It's just frustrating because it's like the one team. I don't like them. I'm sorry. Like, I get it. My sister went there, and I get it. I have family that goes there. I don't like Florida. I just don't. I'm not going to like Florida. I understand. See, you don't understand it because you don't have a rival like that.
Oh,
and
my
don't
goodness.
say Duke. You don't.
Well, not anymore, but in the old days it was Duke.
Oh, fuck off. Duke
hated Duke.
Never thought. Hold on.
Fine.
Duke never looked at Maryland like you looked at Duke.
That's fine. Sometimes
Duke thought of you.
It's okay to hate someone more than they hate you.
What I'm saying is Florida State and Florida is more hatred than you have with like any other team, team you root for.
I feel a lot happier not having the hatred.
I understand. It's not like I'm what I was back in the day. It's still not like I'm still not going to sit there and be like, awesome, congrats. I'm happy they won. I don't like them.
Yeah.
It just sucked because it was like the game was going so perfectly because it's like we're winning the player pool, and Houston's up by like 10 in the second half, and then all of a sudden it just went to shit.
Yeah,
just unbelievable. That sucked. It was just it was not a bad tournament. It was just like a meh tournament, and all these losers who like won their bracket challenge by like picking 4 number 1 seeds and shit like that. Like next year, you're gonna finish like 27th and be like, "What? I'm surprised."
Nuts.
Like I don't think you're good if you really like. This is maybe it's a hot take. I don't think you're good if you really won your bracket challenge here.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like the person who plays in a house poker tournament who's like their first time and they, just play dumb hands and end up getting like 7-2 full houses and stuff, and they win.
I don't know. I don't totally. No, I think it's more like I'm trying to think of a better analogy because that analogy sucked.
Great.
It's that person who just
no. They went with the favorites and they won.
Special.
Congratulations.
You didn't do anything special if you won your bracket challenge this year. Like you did.
They went
you think you did?
They went the favorites and won. Congratulations. Fine. I mean, if you look at any pool, I'd say I'd say 40% of people pick Duke, 50% of people pick Florida, and then there was like a smattering of Maryland's and other random teams in Houston.
There was some Houston, probably in Auburn's too.
No, look,
I'm just saying.
No, there's a guy I had people who, the guy who came first had Florida, and then he had Houston at like 7, and then with the second bracket, there was a guy who came third, had a 6th place. Like, I don't know.
Again, I'm just saying, like, it was. I mean, I know it wasn't a great tournament. Like, I watched the One Shining Moment video. It wasn't good. And I love One Shining Moment. I usually not tear. I usually just get like a good pang of emotion. Yeah. I got none watching One Shining Moment.
You also hate Florida.
I do. But I'm talking about it just in general. It was not a good One Shining Moment video.
Fine.
It just wasn't. I mean, you thought. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it.
All right.
Wasn't good.
Okay.
But yeah, it sucked. Team Groyd. We drafted so well, and it just and it sucks because the guy we tied with, it's not like he was smart. He wasn't good. He drafted Walter Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
The guy scored 451 points, 134 from Walter Clayton. 30% of his points came from one player out of 10. You think that makes you a good drafter? No. It means you got lucky. Actually, it's more embarrassing that you finished tied for second than you drafted a guy who scored 134 and you didn't win. Would you agree?
I don't disagree, but it's fine.
But it is what it is, man. Groyd will be back next year.
It's fine.
And we'll do what we do every year. We'll say we have a great team, and then I will call Brian 75 times during the tournament and complain, and then Brian will talk me down off the ledge, and we'll finish third place like we always do.
It sounds great. Well, this year tied for second, so congrats.
Yeah, I know. Great. Awesome. Our second runner-up finished in 4 years, I think, 5 years, whatever.
Okay.
Is what it is. Just sucks.
Well, congrats.
That's what I'm just saying. It's a kick in the nuts. Also, that play call last night from Houston was just dog shit.
Oh, yeah. So they had 30 seconds to get a shot off, and they couldn't do it.
I don't understand, A, why they didn't drive the ball, and B, how you just didn't – I don't know. You just didn't drive the ball. That's number one, and whatever. That's bad. Number two, that non-goaltending call at the end of the first half against Florida I think that did matter. I know I'm not saying they lost the game. You saw it, too. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. See, when you say that, you don't know what I'm talking about. Go look it up. Micah Handlockton literally hit the ball as it's on the rim. And Houston would have been up 5 going into halftime instead of 3. I know you probably don't think it's a big difference. 5 is a big difference.
Sure. Reasonable.
I just don't understand how Houston, with a 10-point lead, just couldn't figure out a way to shut down Walter Clayton and just let them. I know Houston's not a good shooting team, but come on.
Let's see this goaltend.
You get a 10-point lead in the middle of the second half, and you fuck it up. Whatever.
I'm watching this goaltend. Hold up. All right, so Houston has 6-point lead at this point. Let's see. All right, he's driving. A lot of dribbling.
This is great podcasting. But
yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a goaltend. Yeah.
And they missed it.
They didn't call
blatantly missed. True or false?
Clear. No, it was clearly goaltending.
So it was a 6-point lead. You said at the time.
Yeah.
So it should have been an 8-point lead.
Yeah.
I mean that makes a difference.
That's a big difference.
If you have an 8-point lead and then they hit it and so clearly there was a 6-point lead and then Florida hit a 3, so it could have been an 8-point lead and then they don't hit a 3 and it's an 8-point lead going into half.
It's a 5-point swing going into half. Yeah.
That matters.
That makes a big difference.
So yeah, it just sucks, but whatever, man. The tournament's over. College basketball's over for the year.
No, like it's frustrating. It's fine. Whatever. As a Maryland fan, we'll have all new players and everyone get to start from scratch.
We're in the same boat.
It's fine.
Same boat.
That's good.
Yeah, so I mean that's it. And then I kind of said it. I mean, White Lotus finale was. I
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I think people who got online and just started complaining about it,
So here's spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, turn it off.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we can say spoilers if you haven't seen it. You can turn this part off.
I mean, you just stop listening altogether.
Or stop listening, whatever. People who complain about it are just babies.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, a bad White Lotus season is better than 95%.
But it wasn't even a bad season.
No, it wasn't.
It maybe wasn't your favorite version of White Lotus, but it was good. Was
there stuff that you and I could nitpick? Absolutely. Was Rick a moron for going back to the hotel that he threatened the husband of the person who owned it?
Yes. That was a bad choice.
Wouldn't a normal person, after doing that, call up his girlfriend
Yeah.
and be like, hey,
Meet me at the airport.
meet me at the airport or find a way to get to Bangkok
Yeah.
because I did something stupid.
Yeah.
And it's time to go.
It seemed like that. The thing I think that's frustrating with that is it's the classic, like, guy who's clear, made some quality strategic plays throughout the series.
Right.
Did something like blatantly stupid. It was a
So
very Rick Grimes.
As you said, spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. 5 people died. The 2 bodyguards, Jim Hollinger, the husband of the owner of the White. Well, I guess did he own the White Lotus?
Mm-hmm.
So the owner of the White Lotus.
Yeah.
And then Rick and Chelsea.
And so I hadn't thought about the bodyguards dying as like a.
They were the worst bodyguards ever, by the way.
To me, they weren't real characters, but it cleared the way for Guy Talk to become the
Jack's
bodyguard.
friend Guy Talk, who somehow ends up the winner. He gets the girl.
He gets the girl and the job.
And the job that he wanted by basically, after saying he was nonviolent, he ends up shooting Rick in the back twice.
You know what? Sometimes bravery takes different forms, and shooting a guy twice in the back
again, we'll do our quick white road. Also, the Ratliff family. That was interesting. Basically,
yeah, the dad tries to pull a a Jonestown massacre on his family.
To an extent, that's correct.
And then changes his mind last minute.
Changes his mind last minute by saying the coconut milk is bad.
Right.
And then in the morning, and because his youngest kid was too young,
Lockie.
He wouldn't let him have any of the alcohol. So the youngest kid, Jack's favorite, Lockie, wakes up and makes his own smoothie, but because it was so diluted.
Well, so he did the like young teenage thing where he didn't clean the blender before made his own smoothie. He wanted to make a protein shake. According to the actor, they're like, why didn't you wash the blender out? He didn't think that it was leftover pina colada juice. He thought it was leftover muscle milk from his brother.
Well, anyway, nonetheless, he ends up making a protein shake.
A suicide smoothie.
And gets sick. Just gets
he has a near-death experience.
Right. So he has a near-death experience, but survives. And so none of that. So, but then Tim decides on the boat home, which, by the way, I have another nitpick. There was a shooting at the hotel. Yeah. And everyone was just able to go on the boat.
Yeah, they just moved on. Yeah.
Nobody was held. That's normal to you again.
It's Thailand, whatever.
Okay, so you're actually defending. Do you think that's normal?
No, and the grifter Russian guys got to find a whole new crew of girls to work with,
which is not surprising. But anyway, so Tim tells the family on the boat that they're in for kind of a rude awakening when they get home.
Yeah, it's Schitt's Creek alternate family.
So they're not looking good. The group of ladies are best friends apparently.
Yeah, they hugged it out. They hugged it out,
which I thought was a little, I don't know, seemed a little to me.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how.
Seemed a little fake.
How they kind of like flipped their attitudes just because. Yeah,
but nonetheless, this was set up for Chelsea to die.
Yeah, Chelsea's
throughout
the best
the season,
character.
Jack, what did she say multiple times? Bad things have happened to me in 3, correct? Or bad things happened in 3, correct? Isn't that what she said?
Yeah.
And what happened? She got bit by the snake. She was witness to the robbery.
Yeah.
And then gets shot accidentally. Also, the title of the episode was Amor Fati, which is like fate of love or love's fate or something. Did that not that now makes sense when you think about it? Rick and Rick dying with her.
Of course, and then Rick has his Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader moment with his dad.
Right. Which again, by the way, I talked to my parents about this because they watch the show.
Yeah.
They were like, we had no idea that was it. Like he was the father. I'm like, how did you not tell that was his father?
Yeah.
Like you had to know that was the father the whole time.
Well, I think.
Stop! You knew. No, Jack, you knew by episode 3 it was his father. Stop.
But regardless of that, I appreciated that he got to kill his own father, and that. Okay, sure.
But you get what I'm saying. You did agree that
he was your father.
You knew, but I'm saying you knew it was a father.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, White Lotus is still an awesome show. As you said, Was it the best of the 3 seasons? Absolutely not. It was.
And then
your
favorite massage therapist gets her $5 million buyout.
Correct. Belinda got a $5 million. And I did read something, by the way, for all the people who care. There was a scene where the Rattlers' daughter was going to have sex with Belinda's son, but it got cut.
I think that's good that they cut it. There was no reason to do that.
Listen,
nope, didn't provide any.
I was sneaky hot.
Okay, but wouldn't have moved the story.
He also brought nothing to the table during. Like, what did she bring?
What did she bring?
What did she bring, Jack? What she had her existential crisis. Oh, stop.
Well, no, she just proved that despite she was a fake Buddhist. Like she had this
not
fake.
A fake. She's a Buddhist.
Fake Buddhist. Well, she clearly recognized that she couldn't survive in poverty.
Wait, you're saying she couldn't survive with eating crappy vegetarian food? And
I mean, to me, that's the biggest. Like, what are you doing? Like that. Also, that temple, like that actually like seems like pretty chill living. Like you don't have to do anything, and like, okay, eat some bland food for a year. Who cares? I wouldn't mind.
She couldn't deal with like the pipes rumbling and everything. But anyway, as I said, great show. Sucks that I now don't have anything on Sundays to watch, but I am starting a new show. I would recommend this for all of you. Jack, you won't watch it because you don't like anything I usually recommend to you.
Probably Gangland.
It is not. It is with the last name Land. It's called Mobland.
Mobland.
So Jack never watched Ray Donovan. Ray Donovan was one of my favorite shows when it was on.
Yeah.
This is basically the English-Irish version of Ray Donovan. So if you liked Ray Donovan, give Mobland a chance. Great cast, by the way. Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, and Tom Hardy.
Wow. Tom
Hardy plays like the fixer of the. But it's a very good show. A little hard to understand, obviously, with the accents.
Throw the closed captioning on.
Fair, I could do that. I'm just saying, it's on Monday nights, so I think at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern. Excellent show, though. So I gave that a shot. I watched a couple of shows on Netflix. This is our TV segment. I watched a couple of stuff on Netflix. The Pulse. I know everyone's like in love with The Pit, I guess.
That's the thing everyone's liking. Yeah.
Right. This is another hospital drama, comedy, drama thingy. It's kind of Grey's Anatomy-ish, but Netflix, whatever.
Yeah.
It was a dumb watch, but not terrible. And then I watched I love my true crime. So I watched, it was called Gone Girls, the Long Island serial killer stuff. Interesting.
What's that?
And then I'm probably going to check out the Red Sox Clubhouse Confidential series, maybe. Like, like how Hard Knocks does their thing or whatever. It's like following a team. But this one was like for the season. Look, seemed interesting. So willing to give that a shot. But that's my my TV recap.
I have a joke for you.
I don't want to hear your jokes.
What has 4 legs and can't walk?
Donald Trump?
No, Hannibal Lecter's refrigerator.
He's
real. Did you know he's real? He's not a fictional character.
Yeah, no. Also today I had some great pizza I was telling Jack about earlier.
Yes, great pizza.
Jack was jealous because I went to an excellent pizza spot. He would agree to it. All-purpose pizza. Oh, don't say you don't
AP,
like
no, I mean AP's hot. That's where the
and
beautiful people have pizza.
I also had an excellent cookie from Levain Bakery, which everybody loves.
You had a delight of all the senses
and
today.
I went shopping for some clothes.
You have pants that cost more than my whole wardrobe now. Congratulations.
I told Jack the cost of my pants, and he definitely was aghast.
I gasped.
You did. Oh, you did gasp a little.
I did. I was like, wow.
They are nice pants. They are very nice pants.
Are they nice?
They're very
slim
nice
cut. Slim
yes,
cut.
Absolutely.
Nice. Gotta show off.
Italian pants.
They're made to go commando. So make sure you.
No, they're not. Fuck off. But anyway, I bought some nice pants and a nice short sleeve button down shirt to wear with them pants.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you bought them now before they cost like 40% more.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to really go into our crazy.
No, I think everybody knows that the economy is collapsing because Trump decided to make up fake math and assign tariffs for no reason.
As we've said on every show, he doesn't know what tariffs are.
No, and
he'll still. And all of his people just go on these shows saying what tariffs when they all know what tariffs are. But they have to pretend that they don't know what tariffs are to appease their leader.
The entire policy is based off of a fake book written by Peter Navarro using an anagram, a pangram of his name.
Right, exactly.
Anagram of his name.
Again, we've said this 100 times. he believes in his tiny brain that when you put tariffs on products coming from other countries, those countries pay the taxes.
He thinks there's billions of dollars being made right now. It's like, that's not how that works.
For the 500th time for the listeners, please explain to everybody what a tariff is, so that
it's a tax on consumers.
Thanks. Well, okay, that was very quick and all, but yes, basically, when he is saying 100% tariff on Chinese products, that means when the United States brings in Chinese products, and they're more money because of these stupid taxes, guess who pays more?
Yep, your $100 thing will now cost the consumer $204, 100 of which goes to the Chinese company, and then $104 goes from the consumer to the American government.
Once again,
in theory.
he has continued. Again, he does not care about America. And as I sent you a bunch of clips tonight, he's at another one of his garbage dinners or whatever. And instead of, as you have said, talking about the economy and his plan for the economy, no, it is instead, what would you like me to call Joe Biden? Adam Schiff has a small neck
and a big head.
Yeah. So that is what the president of the United States is talking
about.
And
he's also telling Hannibal Lecter stories again.
Correct. And he is telling us that Hannibal Lecter is real.
Yeah.
So this is the days and time we live in.
This is real.
And it sucks.
Oh, but in other news,
nope.
They said 75% of people who were kidnapped and sent to the Venezuelan prison actually had no criminal record whatsoever, and they were just basically kidnapped and sent somewhere.
Wow, shocker. You mean they did something that was fucked up?
Yeah.
Who'd have known? So yeah, man, it's unfortunate the world we live in. It sucks. It's terrible. And I don't really know what else
over this past weekend, there was more than 5 million people who protested, which is good. We need to increase that by it 100%, but it helps.
I get it. Like, protests are cool and all that. I don't care until something happens. You can protest all you want. I need to see change. Like, I don't care if you guys all go to like fucking DC and are like, oh great, we hate Trump. Great. I don't fucking care. If nothing's gonna change. There are even Republicans, like the staunchest shitty Republicans.
Yeah.
Who want to do away with these tariffs. It doesn't matter. Like, you know it's bad when Rand Paul is making sense.
Rand Paul's the voice of reason.
I mean, you're laughing. Is it not true?
He's right for all the wrong reasons.
The worst part is Trump has to sign it.
Yeah.
And he's never going to. We're fucked. So all of you idiots who voted for Trump, fuck off, as we say every single episode. All of you people who didn't vote, in the last election, there's one specific person. You can go fuck yourself as well. Jack knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Why are you giving me that stupid look?
Mm. Okay.
You know what I want to talk about, but I don't. But I won't bring it up. There is one topic I want to talk about, but Jack won't let me talk about it.
It's fine.
No, Jack won't let me talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Don't do the Trump thing where you're like, they won't let me talk about it, but I'm not.
But Jack knows the topic I want to talk about.
No, look.
He won't let me bring it up.
No, look. This past weekend, I said there's been, I like the protests. We did a cleanup at the C&O Canal, which we got a bunch of garbage out of the river. So those are all good things. So you, the listener, you, the viewer, you can make the world a better place by helping, by cleaning up the river or marching.
Listeners, are you mad at Jack for censoring? Are you mad at Jack for censoring me because I want to talk about?
I'm not saying you are self-censoring. I'm not. I made this podcast decades ago to give you a forum to speak your mind and be creative. If you
Jack think okay? Jack,
here's my test, and I've failed this test numerous times. Is it worth upsetting people that you know personally to entertain the dozens of folks who listen or watch this show? And oftentimes it's not worth it. And I failed that test sometimes. Sometimes I say things I think is good, are good stories that make people upset, and like.
All right, fine.
But worth it or not? Look. The ball shaver company that pays us money is gonna be happy when there's one more click.
No,
if you
I
tell
know.
a
I'm
good
just saying. I wish we could talk about like a.
It's fine. Look, you have
It
that
sucks
internal.
because it would be a story. It was an interesting story. I think
To
Jack
me, it's
would
a better Reddit post.
Oh, like, am I the asshole?
Mm-hmm.
There's no chance anybody would say I'm the asshole.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, I'd have to think a Reddit post about it.
And you're
Damn,
not.
I wish I could talk about this, but you're right. In the grand scheme of things, you are probably
It
right.
doesn't really matter.
Damn. All right, I won't talk
You've
about it.
already given away too much information. But anyway,
I'm trying to think if there's
fuck
anything-
you, Trump. Fuck you, Trump supporters. And tariffs are stupid and no way to run the economy. Everyone knows, Trump, that you don't know how to do anything. You can't read. You are bad at golf, even though you won your tournament. And I am challenging you right now on the air live to a golf challenge. I will challenge you. And if you don't respond within 72 hours of a date and time where I will play you in golf and beat you, I will declare myself the winner of the first annual Jack versus Trump golf tournament. And we'll have a parade down the streets of Washington.
Do you think that Trump thinks he could win at the Masters this week? Seriously, do you think he thinks he can win?
A lot of people are saying that I could win, Look, I haven't hit a golf ball other than like Top Golf in like 2 years, but I'm fairly confident that if I have one warm-up round, I could and he couldn't cheat, I bet I could beat him. And he plays every day.
I have a question about his championships. How many people are in these championships, do you think? At most.
Presumably.
One?
Okay, so here's the thing I was thinking about.
Does he play against it? There's no way he plays against anybody.
So here's what I'm thinking. What are the rules of this tournament? Is it a best ball grouping? Like, does he get the benefit of people who are actually good? And then when he shanks it everywhere, he gets to then give himself...
I don't know.
Also, I saw the video. He gives himself like 12-foot gimme putts.
Oh, does he?
No one gets 12-foot gimmies.
Those are not gimme putts.
No, a gimme is 6 inches.
So basically, he's the guy at this... Again, I don't play golf either, but he's the guy where it's like 12 feet. He's like, yeah, I got a 4. It's like, yeah, I got a 4.
I know exactly how he plays. He plays...
I got it.
He shanks a drive. He gives himself a mulligan. He shanks the fairway. He drops it on the fairway.
Yeah.
He hits it in the woods. He drops it on the fairway.
No,
he misses the
I
green.
get
He
it,
drops it on the green. The putt's
Right.
within 18 feet. He calls it good.
Okay.
I guarantee you on
But
any...
also, there's no way in these tournaments he's actually playing against anybody, right? It's just him against himself.
It's where's the scorecard? Where's the standings?
Nobody's ever seen it.
No one's ever seen it because he doesn't do it. It's all fake.
Yeah.
There's no game.
Okay.
Outer. Look. The from what I've seen on the video and photos, it looks like he's in some sort of best ball scramble type game where there's enough chaos where they can just drop a ball out of his pocket and, sir, you another fairway, and then he scores a 68.
Right.
It's nonsense.
Yeah,
Again, I did the last time I won a tournament. It was best ball and at my group of 4, and we were killing it, and we got like a 63, and it was the best day ever.
I get it.
And these were all people in like peak physical condition and me.
Right.
And I don't see Trump doing it. Also, I don't believe he's hitting from the long tees. He's hitting it from the golden tees.
There's no chance.
And
there's no chance.
It's.
But again, this is unfortunately what we are having to do.
I'm putting it out there. I am challenging Trump.
I know you are.
If you don't respond within 72 hours of me posting this video, I will declare myself the winner of our golf tournament.
So last thing before we go, I guess in a couple weeks we'll have to do our NFL draft preview. I know you hate the draft.
Yeah.
Do you hate the draft? I don't know.
Well, my team is taking like not even like no one cares who they're picking because they're so good and they have no needs, so like no one cares. It's
I hate
weird.
You so much. I really don't like you as a person.
They're like, take another tight end or some gadget running. Like there's like the Baltimore Ravens persistent pick of like extra guards and stuff. Like who cares?
It's kind of crazy. I actually just don't care about my team because I'm in the boat that I was with the Wizards to where I hate the general manager so much that I don't really care what he does.
Yeah.
Because we can't win. Because every year it's the same. We have the same problems every year. And every year he just doesn't address it.
Yeah.
So why would I care? Like, I don't care who we draft. Like, I don't care who the Dolphins draft at 13. But we'll get into that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because the draft comes up in 2 weeks in 2 weeks from this Thursday.
Great. Okay, well, let's wrap it up. For Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.